Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 32 of Europa Universalis IV as France. We're currently at war with Austria and Savoy. We actually declared war on Savoy to try and fully annex it, and it was all going well to start with. We actually had the Commonwealth on our side. The Commonwealth were an enemy of France, and the Commonwealth were an enemy of Austria, and they came in to our aid when we went to war with Savoy, and that worked out quite well to begin with because they were fighting the Austrian troops for us. And then something strange happened. We suddenly ended up in a very unexpected personal union with Brabant, and as a result of that we then ended up in a succession war with the Commonwealth against us. So the biggest ally that we had, and like the biggest sort of nation on the map who was our ally, suddenly turned against us, and that made things a little bit difficult. To make matters worse, we've also got Brandenburg against us in this particular war. So I'm just trying to go around and stomp out as many of these things going on as possible. We've got a few different armies here. Let's just group them all together. We will do a consolidate because I think we're actually losing a little bit of money and manpower. We could go up and attack the Brandenburgians. It's a little bit risky with Brandenburg, but we do have massive numbers. Not too happy about that stack. You should attach to this unit, and then hopefully with Brittany's army we might be able to defend against the Commonwealth down there. Probably not such a good idea going up here and attacking the Brandenburgian troops, but if we can sort of keep these guys alive, let's just go through into Vaud because we still need to siege that out. We haven't done that yet, but I want to try and siege. We've got England now. Why are England black flagged? I mean, it doesn't matter if England are black flagged; they can't actually do anything against me at the moment. So that's a good thing. I think these guys are actually coming in to reinforce. So I'm tempted to let them get so far up and then follow up behind. I don't want to end up catching the stack, as it were. But let's go in and we'll throw down up there. So England, are you no longer in the war against us? You are still in the war against us, but for some reason these guys are black flagged, which is fine because it means they're just going to stand there and they can't do anything. So I'm not bothered about that. We don't seem to have any trouble going on anywhere else. Yes, we do have a few issues with various sieges and things going on, but I'm not too bothered about that at this point. I just mainly want to win these fights, and those Brandenburgian troops, they hurt. They hit really, really hard. We're probably well below our force limit now. In fact, we're only 3 below our force limit. We do have some mercenaries, of course. So that is helping us out there. We're just going to march. In fact, we're going to go down here because I'm going to stack wipe the Burgundian army. Not the Burgundian army, the Brandenburgian army. Because we definitely don't want any of their crap. I'm also going to go up here. I'm going to keep my eye down here just to make sure none of these provinces end up getting unsieged. Running around like a madman up here, just trying to make sure that I can... Right, we need to go into Vaud, because we need to go and siege Vaud. It is part of the war goal. Because what we'd really like to be able to do is fully annex Savoy, and we are starting to lose a lot of money. In fact, what I think it might be time to do is to go ahead and raise war taxes. We're going to reduce the war exhaustion. We are going to... Do we need to worry about these at the moment? Not too much. Do we want to raise war taxes? We can't because I've just used all my military power. Okay. So I have to wait a little bit. So things aren't going too bad. What I might do there actually is just detach a minimal siege. And we'll move the rest out. I've got to be careful because I do need to protect these guys. Don't want to get into a position where we start losing sieges because I've just left 4 men behind and they don't quite manage to do it. What I should have done really is left a lot of the cannons there, but as long as we leave those guys there, got to keep my eye on the Austrians over here. Looks like things are still going okay with Brabant. That is fine. And do I want to give chase to these units, or do I just want to sort of stand on guard? I think I just want to stand on guard. because we've got Austrian units around, we've got Commonwealth units around who have just sort of disappeared. I've just lost line of sight on those Commonwealth units. I'm not too sure where they have gone. Going to try and get involved in these fights over here. Now, we're going to be in a double fight because we're going to be fighting against Austria. Naples aren't getting involved in that fight because they're not at war with Castile. But we actually get a sort of a double fight over here almost. Portugal's in there, our ally, but they're not getting involved either. That Austrian army's white flagged, so I'm not too worried about them. Losing a fair bit of manpower now as well, which is not a great thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my armies back to French Comté and Savoy, and we will basically sit in defensive positions. In fact, I'm going to put half of my army in Bern, because Switzerland is a vassal, so we will be safe there. And I'm going to put so this army can go into Bern. This army can go into Savoy. So we'll be completely in the mountains. Now is probably a really good time to raise war taxes if we can do it, because we're losing a lot of money. Most of it is down to the mercenaries that we have. We've actually taken a loan, which was unexpected. Mostly because our ships can't go anywhere because of the British blockades. Looks like Castile are losing a war there, but I don't think that's a war against us. Let's consolidate these stacks. Consolidating will mean we spend a little bit less money. It also puts us really below our force limit, but that's not too bad of a thing. That looks like a fight that I want to be involved in to try and stop Castile from losing it, but I don't know if that is going to be possible. Of course, the more units that I throw into these fights, it just ends up being more losses, more attrition, and costing us more money. But if we can decisively crush the Austrian army and the Commonwealth army, we're not too far away from taking Vaux, so it's not going to be terrible. Would be nice if we could finish one or two of these wars. Lose 25 admin power or get local unrest and monthly autonomy in one province. I've got quite a bit of admin power, and at the moment I don't want to be fighting rebels, so going to try and avoid that as much as possible. Yeah, I thought those guys were going to come in and try and siege, but they changed their mind. So let's move back. In fact, we can just go straight in there and attempt to crush their army. And if we move the other army in over here, it should stop them from moving, which means we should now catch them. Yeah, we caught them with our 7 stack, which doesn't help. And we do have the penalty, but we're about to go in with massive numbers. It's definitely going to take us a while to recover from these wars. Now they're losing a lot of numbers. Now, at least being in this succession war, Manhattan changes to Protestant. Gains 400 population in Manhattan. Yeah, not a problem. Manhattan's become self-sustaining. That's fantastic. So let's just get away from these war sounds for a while. Manhattan has become self-sustaining, which means we can now go ahead and get ourselves another colony somewhere. We can just move into a neighbouring province if we want to. Do we have a quest? We can enable the Counter-Reformation, which we don't really want to do. It would give us better missionaries, but it increases our tech costs. We're not too bothered about that. Tolerance of the true faith. What would this give us? More religious unity, more tolerance of heretics, but less tolerance of the true faith. We can go ahead and take that, actually. That helps us out. We don't really need... Do we want the extra missionary strength? Yes. Do we want the stability cost modifier going up for a little bit of tolerance of heretics? No, I would say. You've got tax base of 4, so we'll send you there. We'll have another colony done soon. Inu will be done. We definitely need to... Oh, we're fighting natives, that's fine. We definitely need to keep our eye on what is happening around here. It's not too bad, actually. Can we peace out of even one of these wars? This Commonwealth war to take Breda. I mean, they haven't managed to do it yet. Could we... Well, we're not going to make them a French vassal. We do have a positive war score. We could just get them to concede defeat. Wow, they wouldn't even accept that. Mainly because of the length of war. And they hold Warsaw, obviously, because they hold their capital still. Oh, well, we can wait it out a little bit longer, I suppose. We are massively, massively burning through our manpower. I also suspect, though, that the Commonwealth and Austria are probably doing much the same thing. Austria have 25k men and 13k manpower. It's still more than me. The Commonwealth have 39k men and 14,000 manpower. So, yeah. I'm very, very low on manpower at the moment. Also, the Commonwealth just have enough money to buy non-stop mercenaries. I mean, they just have so much money. It is unbelievable. So, I'm just going to have to try and avoid taking attrition where I can. And some of these little armies that we've got here are almost completely wrecked. You're still taking attrition there in the mountains, so let's move out. It would be nice if we could end one of these. Can we get anyone to peace out? Right, we can't do anything there because everyone has high war enthusiasm. Can we do... Right, what we're going to have to do here, we do have 2 separate armies, so let's take you and just move you out into Berar. Can we peace out anybody here? Savoy only has medium war exhaustion. Tyr we could possibly peace out separately. I don't think it's going to make an awful lot of difference. Where are you anyway? You're one of these little insignificant nations up here. There you go. So, would you be willing to peace out and peace off? So, how about you just give us war reparations? No? Would you just concede defeat? No, we don't have enough against them yet. So we are definitely going to have to wait until we take out Vaux, which is a little bit annoying. Guess what we could do here is split off a few more units, possibly. Just take a couple of these regiments, move you into this province. Is that hostiles coming in? No, it's not too bad. Brittany's changed government to an administrative monarchy. Doesn't affect me all that much. We would be able to... Well, we can actually vassalize them if we weren't... Well, they are vassalized. We can't soak them in because we're currently in a war. But once that's finished, we'll be able to do that. Come on, hurry up and capture Vaux. We need to get that sorted out as quickly as possible. And then we can start sorting out our economy. So, we have, we could lose 155 ducats, which we can't really afford, and we've got a 50% chance that our heir will die, or we can not pay any money and have a 75% chance that the heir will die. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't want to pay the money. I can't afford it at the moment. We're still having a few problems here with attrition. So, let's take a few more of the units, and you can go and join the army over here. In fact... Stop attaching to me, because that will reduce that. What I might actually do at this point is tell my subjects to... I don't really want to tell them to be aggressive, because if I tell them to be aggressive, then there's every possibility that they might end up taking losses themselves. I don't want them to do stupid things. That is a massive stack there for some reason. Don't attach to me. I'm going to go over here and try and kill these guys, though. We're still sieging out here successfully. Right, colonies become self-sustaining. French Canada has now been created. So if we go over here, this area is now French Canada. And what we could do is go and bring this guy to colonize somewhere else, and we probably will do. We'll probably bring him down to the 13 colonies. There's no real point in colonizing anything else up here. So we'll find our ship, wherever that is. Hopefully it won't get taken out by the Castilians, but we will take our ship up all the way to this province, and it can go ahead and dock there. And yeah, we only actually have one colony going at the moment. Oh yeah, we've got we're still waiting for this guy to turn up. It's going to take 110 days. So it's quite some time for your colonists to get there. Looks like we've won another fight though. So we are involved in that little scrap up there. It would be nice if we could go ahead and take these provinces from Austria. That might be part of the plan, actually. Go ahead and see if we can do that. We're almost completely out of manpower, which is never a good position to be in. Let's move up here. If we can take a little bit from Austria and we can start to weaken a few people. Right, Austria have an absolute... There's a change of plan, because I've just noticed that Austria have a massive stack of units up here. And we don't want that. We might have to peace out early. I know there's a lot of people that play this game and a lot of people that watch other people play this game who always go, oh, you peace out too early, or you should take more stuff. But there's no reason to. There's no reason to be hyper-aggressive and take and try and take an entire nation in a single war, because all you end up doing is getting a load of aggressive expansion, you kill off your manpower, you screw your economy. And it just means you have to take longer to recover in between wars. You can still win this game. Not that there is really a win condition, but if you're going for score or whatever, you can still be successful in this game without just going around and completely trying to take over the entire world all at the same time. Okay, you guys are in woods. If you want to come in here and attack me, I've got a feeling they might go for Brittany at this point. In fact, so much so am I convinced of that. It's on the grasslands, which doesn't help. I see we've got this random Commonwealth army up here. Where did they come from? I was going to go in there and try and sort of save the Brittany army, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to end up having to jump in on these Commonwealth troops over here, to be honest. Lose one stability or lose a load of ducats. Looks like we're losing some stability then. That's not a good thing. Right, we'll let those guys go over there. I am going to go and... Do I have the numbers to save these guys? Yes, unless that Commonwealth army decides to get involved. Austria do have the crossing penalty. If we can get there in time, it would be a really good win. We've also got some allies coming in. We've won the Siege of Vaux as well. Portugal are coming in. Brittany are already in there. We're about to reinforce as well. Portugal have decided they want none of it and they are leaving. But we have managed to siege out the 3 provinces of Savoy. We almost have no manpower whatsoever. We should definitely win that fight though. Unfortunately, winning fights doesn't necessarily help. Now, what we're going to do here... Again, we do have... there's a few armies that we have. The one that has... The big one with one of the leaders, we're going to select you. You're going to go over here. In fact... I think what I might be tempted to do is move the whole stack in. Because what I don't want to happen... is I don't want the Commonwealth to take these provinces, because this is Brabant, who we have this personal union with. Now, yeah, sure, fair enough, we could end up winning this war. Or even if we lose it, it doesn't matter. It'll just mean that the Commonwealth get Brabant, but I'd prefer they didn't. Not if I can have it. So let's go ahead and do some damage here. This has turned out to be a very, very costly war. We can actually go in and increase our stability. So we should probably go ahead and do that. We're actually making some decent money now. So let's go and hire a full round of mercenaries. Yes, I appreciate that's going to be very expensive. But we are getting really badly attritioned here. And we hardly have any numbers. I'm hoping that my allies all come in and help. They are about to reinforce with a 1k stat. That's not really going to help them. They are taking bigger losses. We are definitely getting the better rolls. Certainly having the army tradition helps. Brabant are throwing in their last unit or 2. I could try and chase these guys down, but I don't think it's really going to help much. Because they're probably just going to go all the way back to the Commonwealth. Yeah, there's no point trying to chase them down, so let us not bother. There is an Austrian stack that I can see moving in down there. Brandenburg have some units. Are they actually engaging? They are. Wow. I wouldn't even be surprised if they win that battle either. Even though we've got like 3-to-1 numbers, because, you know, Brandenburg. They've got the river crossing, they've got the terrain penalty, and we've got 3-to-1 numbers, and they will probably still win. Tortuga's become self-sustaining. So, where is Tortuga? You're over here. Now, which of these ones would we like to have? Tax base 4, tax base 3. So, the answer to that one is obvious. We want the tax base 4. This, of course, is becoming part of the Antilles, but I might as well get them while the guy's over here anyway. Carry on with this war. Still a few hostile units around. We do have to be careful. They're not trying to unsiege yet. Not too sure how long that war's been going on. If it gets to 5 years, then we'll have 100% and we can just peace out on that one. So we won that skirmish against Brandenburg. Let's bring these guys back safely. We've got our mercenaries up here. National trade income modifier has increased. That will certainly help pay for the mercenaries for a little while. Just got to watch out where all these Austrian troops are. So, how much would it take? For example, they've got low war enthusiasm, which helps. Now, all I want is full annexation, which requires 100% war score. We're absolutely nowhere near that. We're not going to get 100% war score either. That is the problem. Because we'd have to siege everybody out. Unless the war has gone on for 5 years. So, how long has this war gone on? 1550. It doesn't say exactly when, though. But it is coming up to its 5th year. When that happens, we will be fine. We'll have to stop improving our... well, we can leave him there, actually. We've got it. All of our diplomats are mainly free, so you can just stay there. Armies are all arriving where they're supposed to be. Very big Austrian stack coming in up there. Got to keep my eye on them. You guys can actually have one of our 2 leaders, and you can just group up into one big stack and consolidate. And I think those Austrians are actually going to go and try and attack my Brittany army there. So it is unfortunately grasslands, which means they're not going to get... royal marriage has ended with Brittany. Not too sure if we'll be able to get another one back, because I think we have the wrong government type. We can certainly go and try, though. Brittany, diplomacy, royal marriage. Ah, yes, we can do. There's still a monarchy, so that's okay. Will we win this fight, is the question. And again, we should do. So all we have to do really, as we've got absolutely no manpower at all whatsoever, all we have to really do is wait until we have been running the war for 5 years. As soon as the war's been going on for 5 years' time, then we will have 100% war score against Savoy, or at least we should have 100% war score against Savoy. We've got some peasants popped up. Let us go and take the larger of the 2 armies, and we'll go ahead and deal with that peasant stack, just because we don't want the peasants to unsiege the province, of course, because that would be bad. Like I said, I don't know exactly when the war started. I don't even know if we can find out from the ledger. Let's have a look at the ledger index. Relations, current wars, and now we've got to find it. No, that's the Succession War. The French Conquest of Piedmont. When did that start? Doesn't want to tell me. That's a pain. Just need it to get to 5 years. Of course, I can't remember when I started it. It could have literally been the 30th of December or something like that. So we might have to wait quite a bit of time for that to sort itself out. But we've got no manpower at all right now. So we are getting into a little bit of trouble. Castile has entered into a military alliance with Corsica, which is a little bit strange. We have solved that. Let's get you into relative safety. Brandenburg up there. Well, that's a different war. Still only at 28%. Now, we know that you wouldn't be willing to accept the demands of full annexation, but how far off are you? Yeah, demands really do exceed the war score. We are definitely going to have to wait until until we get the 5 years. One thing to bear in mind, though, is, of course, we will have a truce with Austria at the same time, so they won't be able to... well, they shouldn't be able to try and demand unlawful territory. Now, we are getting some British troops there. No, that's the British troops black flag. There are some Commonwealth troops up there. Those Commonwealth troops are being a colossal pain, but I can't really afford to deal with them. It's the Austrian troops that I'm most worried about. And there we go again. They've actually tried to jump in on to Brittany. We might be able to reinforce in time. Alsace is already asking for peace. Which war are you in? Alsace will annul treaties with Austria. They'll pay 43 ducats with no CB. Will gain some prestige and suffer no aggressive expansion. Alsace. So that's Alsace there that we've managed to take out. I'm going to go and accept that. So we'll get Alsace out of the war, but we should still be able to take on that fight. We have so few troops now. It is actually unbelievable. We barely had enough manpower to be fighting one war, let alone to be fighting two. Let's move back out of here just before we get massive attrition. And yeah, I think our only option is to wait until we have the 5 years, so we can get the war score. What I would like to try and do, and I probably will, is go and try and stomp these Commonwealth guys up here. I know this video's gone well over the 20-minute mark, and I do apologise for that, but I'm really getting into this war. But I was hoping we'd actually get some achievement. We are going to renew the war taxes. We need to keep that money rolling in. We should win that war, well, that battle against the Commonwealth there. And we have indeed managed to do that. Can we even peace out on this war yet? They still have a high war enthusiasm. Would you be willing to concede defeat? No, you still would not. It's getting there, though. It's definitely getting there because of the length of war penalty and the war score. So we'll leave that going. Because, yeah, concede defeat is basically a white peace. So at the moment, they wouldn't even just accept a white peace. We can go ahead and try and deal with the Brandenburgian army over there. Looks like we're still fine over here. Again, like I said, I don't know how long exactly that war was going on for. There is some potential reinforcements over there, and they are going to throw down, which was expected. Now, it doesn't help, of course, that that big group of units is Brandenburgian. We do have another technology that we can invest in. It's actually Diplo. We will take that because no, we won't. We're going to save our Diplo points because we'll need them to negotiate the peace deal. We may end up losing this battle. So that was probably a very, very stupid thing for me to do. I mean, it was bad enough just going up against Brandenburgian troops, but going up against Brandenburgian troops when they had Commonwealth reinforcement right next to them was a utterly stupid idea. However, a couple of things of note. One, we did win. Secondly, we have a 100% war score against Savoy. So, Savoy, full annexation, they cannot refuse. Send demands. There we go. That is that mission finished. So, we're no longer at war with England. We are still at war with the Commonwealth. And we are getting the call for peace. And they would actually concede defeat. Could we get anything else out of them? Could we get war reps? We could get war reparations out of them. And probably some money. No, not quite that much money. Send demand. There we go. So, we are now war-free. We're also manpower-free because we have absolutely no troops left whatsoever. We are going to do a little tiny bit of housekeeping just before I end this video. We need to sack one of our military leaders. I think we're going to get rid of that guy there. You are going to be unassigned. So let's go ahead and fire you. Now, we do need to get rid of a load of our mercenaries, but we won't be doing that yet. We are going to go ahead and grab the next level of diplomatic ideas. We are going to make Cuno a core, because we definitely need to do that. So we'll start coring that one first. We need to core all of them. We have the admin points to do it. So let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, we basically need to just sort our armies out now. What I'm going to do is going to group all these guys up. I'm going to detach the mercenaries and put them in a different province. And over the course of the next videos, we'll have to see what we can do. Alliance offer back from the Commonwealth again. Let us go ahead and accept that. And no, Brandenburg, you can screw off. Do we have this personal union with Brabant? Let's just have a quick look. Yes, we do. Fantastic. So, even though this video has been an extra long one, I think it's been worth it. It's certainly been a productive one, and I'm really enjoying this game so far and how well it's going. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.